Another development, the Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation, David Mahlobo, will tomorrow conduct an oversight visit to the Brits Water Treatment Works in the northwest. Mahlobo will assess the facility's role in strengthening water provision for communities in the Madibeng Local Municipality and surrounding areas. The communities in the area have in recent times experienced water shortages. Ongoing refurbishment to the plant, valued at 80 million rand from the Regional Bulk Infrastructure Grant, will see the plant's daily treatment capacity increase from 60 to 80 megalitres. For more on this, we're now joined by Deputy Water and Sanitation Minister David Mahlobo via video link. Deputy Minister, a very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
No, thank you very much, Tammy, and thanks to your viewers across the length and breadth of our land.
Now, Deputy Minister, you are conducting an oversight visit to the Brits Water Treatment Works tomorrow, but communities in Madibeng have been without reliable water for months now. I mean, is this visit a proactive intervention or a response to mounting public pressure and community frustration?
We have to admit that President Cyril Ramaphosa decided to prioritize the issue of water as an important issue that he directed Minister Phemi Majodin and ourselves to support local government, because municipalities, they are struggling without our intervention. One of the historical issues that we're dealing with is the question of unblocking a number of projects that have not been finished for quite some time. The Brits Water Treatment Work that must support Madibeng has been delayed for some time for various reasons, in the main due to issues of poor capacity of the implementing agent. That has been sorted out now, but also issues of disturbances by other people. This plant, I'm pleased that I went this year to check it, and I made a promise to the leadership and the communities of Brits that I'll come back, and before Christmas, tomorrow I'll be there with the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Ken Morolong, so that we can be able to assess the good work that has happened. We are intending to push Mahalobo and Madibeng Municipality to conclude this thing early in the beginning of the year, before the end of the financial year, which is March next year, so that an additional 20 megalitres will be made available, as we are saying. Currently, the plant has a number of issues. It has been tried to be optimized. It's not operating at 100%, it's around 80%. Instead of giving them more than 60 megalitres per day, is giving them about 48 megalitres. I want to see an optimization plan.
Now, Deputy Minister, the refurbishment of this plant is valued at about 80 million rand, increasing the capacity from 60 to 80 megalitres per day. So who signed off on the original capacity planning, and why was it clearly insufficient for the current demand?
Remember, this project has been very long in making for various reasons, because it was done by Madibeng Water. At a particular point, Mahalobo, there were issues about contractors that were not performing for quite some time. When Minister Mkhunu came in, I was there. We then had to revive this project, including Minister Phemi Majodin. Those delays and bottlenecks happened in the past, and some of us were not there in as much as were successors-in-law. That's why we're taking proactive steps to ensure that this plant must be able to meet this demand. Madibeng itself is losing a lot of water, more than 50% of the water, due to the aging infrastructure, illegal connection. But the communities have grown over the last 9 years. But more importantly, our department is committed that this phase of going to 80 megalitres, then to 120 megalitres, including the engagement I had with the private sector, especially the mining communities that are surrounding the areas of Madibeng. They too, they want to come in terms of partnership to support these struggling municipalities, that people have water,
Deputy Minister,
also have the economic benefits of water.
Deputy Minister, let's be pragmatic here. Will this additional 20 megalitres immediately translate into taps running in households, or will leaks, theft, and possibly failing reticulation networks swallow that gain? Just take us into your confidence with regards to that, and categorically state it, clearly.
Remember, Tammy, water as a system, there's a bulk component. In terms of bulk water supply, we are going to have an additional capacity of 20 megalitres. it does not really mean that the reliability of supply will be actually at 80 megalitres. That's why the municipality, working with the district and COGTA, they must be able to be supported to put system that there is operational efficiency of the plant. In other words, there are chemicals that are there, the mechanical work is working. Remember, they are getting water from the RBS system that is highly polluted. You don't want the water to be coming out of the taps that is very dirty. Part of the efficiency of the system is to work with communities, stop illegal connection, issues of wasted of water that is happening there, especially those communities that are encroaching in the pipeline. But more importantly, our message, we must be able to fix the leaks, because if leaks are not being fixed, which is a matter of infrastructure management, they will lose more water, but they will end up having to pay more to the water board in a water that is not billable. But more importantly, the communities will be dissatisfied, and the municipality will not have the necessary money to be able to do new infrastructure upgrades, also issues of operations and maintenance.
And how much non-revenue water is the Madibeng currently losing? And does it make sense to expand treatment capacity when distribution systems are collapsing?
We have to say you can't invest on bulk infrastructure. It's the right thing to do. And Comrade President has been very clear that for us to be able to get investment, address our socio-economic issues, investment in water, in electricity and others is the right thing to do. But one of the things that we must attend, that has been our weakest link as government, is the issue of the management of the current assets. The current assets are deteriorating because some people, they don't actually, when they sweat an asset, put the money that comes from the asset for issues of operation and maintenance. But more importantly, we need to go through a utility modeling that will be able to be run as a business unit with highly qualified individuals, an accounting system, but with a ring-fence budget, so at least that system can be able to do that. And Mahalis is there. They want to support these municipalities of Northwest as part of Bulela Metsi. So at least while they are struggling, because a number of these municipalities in Northwest are struggling, but citizens cannot wait when municipalities are struggling and their right to water is being denied.
It's quite interesting that you've just touched on, the establishment of a utility model, and it leads to so many questions, including who will be accountable if this 80 million rand investment fails to improve the daily water access for ordinary residents. Is it going to be the municipality? Is it going to be your department? Will it be the contractors? Or does responsibility ultimately land with the national government?
The main issue is that the issue of water services is a municipal responsibility in terms of our laws. These entities are not going to be entities of national government. They are the entities of local municipality where a private sector come in, a state-owned entity like Mahalis will be able to come in. They form what I launched in the Mfuleni. Remember Mfuleni, I launched the SPV on behalf of the ministry and on behalf of the president, where Rainwater came with a balance sheet, go to the market, they came with a particular capabilities and liquidity. And the very same thing, that's what we're going to provide. But as national government will be able to support them in terms of continuous provision of the technical capacity, the financing that must be able to happen. But more importantly, we are going to hold them accountable, because those SPVs or those utilities must have a license that will be issued by our own ministry in terms of capability. If you are not performing as a capability, we will withdraw the operating license.
All right. Now, Deputy Minister, I did mention in the intro that a nationwide science study by WaterCan has detected bacterial contamination and sewage pollution in water samples from all 9 provinces. But how does it make you feel, Minister, that ordinary citizens are now doing the monitoring that the government should be doing?
It does not necessarily mean that government is not doing anything. The most important thing is that they are responding to a call that President Ramaphosa said we must not leave anybody behind. I work on partnership on behalf of the ministry. We work with universities, WaterCan and other institutions, including NGOs. We are making a water business to be everybody's business, because The state does not hold the monopoly around issues of water. There is a lot of capacity that sits with indigenous communities. Time immemorial, they to deal with issues of deteriorating water quality, whether it is microbial, whether it is chemical. We work together so that at least there is a civic education so that we can improve the relationship between citizens and water. But more importantly, on the last point, we are the ones who issued the Blue Drop Report, which is about water quality, the Green Drop Report about effluent, and many of these municipalities, they've produced turnaround plan
Deputy Minister,
to improve their effluent in the systems.
Okay, Deputy Minister, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much, and have a lovely evening.
You too. Thank you.